This story was sent to us from Tasha. I was never the type of person who believed in ghosts or the paranormal until I had my own close encounter with it. About a year ago, I was working as an overnight security guard at an old folks' home, which was a pretty chill job at first. Well, let me tell you, things aren't always what they seem, especially when it comes to the paranormal. Now, I'm not the type to scare easy, but from the moment I stepped foot into that place, I felt an eerie vibe. One of my friends who worked there before warned me about the place because he worked there for a few months the year before. But a job is a job, and I needed that paycheck, so I pushed aside my unease and went about my duties. The residents were cool, mostly. I spent my nights keeping an eye out for any funny business and making sure everyone stayed safe and sound. But it didn't take long for me to realize there was something off about the building. Strange noises echoed through the empty hallways, and doors would creak open on their own. It was like the spirits of the past were trying to make contact. One night, while doing my rounds, I heard whispers. Low, hushed voices that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared AF, but I pressed on. I had my flashlight in my hand and was determined to find out where the noise was coming from. The sound seemed to be coming from a closet that was used to store holiday decorations. I opened the door and looked around but didn't see anything, so I walked away to go back to my desk. As soon as I turned around, the closet door started opening and slamming. I turned around quickly to see for myself, but it stopped. I ran back to my desk and called my coworker who was working on the other side of the building. When I told him what happened, he just laughed it off. The night went on and things were pretty quiet. One night, things took a turn for the worst. The night started off cool, but halfway into my shift, which started at 11 o'clock the night before, doors slammed shut, and objects flew across the room. It felt like a battleground between the living and the dead. In the midst of the chaos, I felt something push me from behind and I fell to the ground. When I tried to get up, I felt like I was being held down, almost like I was paralyzed. I couldn't even scream. I felt like someone had a hand over my mouth or something. When I finally was able to get up, I called my supervisor and told him about what happened, and he agreed to roll back the cameras to see what happened. The cameras showed everything except who or what pushed me to the ground. We saw the doors opening and slamming shut, and for the first time, everyone actually believed me. After my shift ended the next morning, I turned in my badge and resigned from that job.
A bunch of other paranormal investigators and I decided to take a trip to a rural town about 2 hours northwest of where we were based. We were looking for a thrill in an allegedly haunted house. We always heard stories about this house being haunted. Little did we know, we were about to step into a world beyond our wildest imaginations. It all started on a lazy summer afternoon. My crew and I, a bunch of thrill seekers looking for an adrenaline rush, arrived at the old house. It had an eerie aura about it, the kind that sent shivers down your spine. We heard whispers of its haunted past, and without a second thought, we decided to investigate. As we stepped inside, the creaking floorboards and flickering lights immediately set the scene. The air was heavy with anticipation, a mixture of fear and excitement. We exchanged glances, the unspoken agreement to brave whatever lay ahead. The house was like a maze, with dark hallways leading to unknown destinations. Shadows danced along the walls, seemingly alive with secrets of their own. Our heartbeats echoed in our ears as we explored room after room, not knowing what we would find. But it wasn't long before we realized that we weren't alone. Strange occurrences began to unfold. Objects moved on their own, whispers echoed through empty rooms, and cold gusts of wind sent shivers down our spines. The rumors of this house being haunted seemed more real by the minute. As the nights wore on, the paranormal activity intensified. We witnessed apparitions, fleeting glimpses of ghostly figures that sent chills down our spines. Doors slammed shut, and we heard distant cries and moans that seemed to come from nowhere. But what intrigued us the most were the messages. Scrawled in invisible ink on the walls, cryptic phrases appeared, taunting us to unravel their meaning. We gathered around, our minds racing to decipher the enigmatic words. Our skepticism slowly faded as we delved deeper into the mysteries of the house. We researched its history, unearthing tales of tragedy and unexplained events. The more we discovered, the more we realized that this house held secrets far beyond our comprehension. Late one night, as we gathered in the living room, the air grew thick with anticipation. We set up cameras and recording devices, eager to capture any evidence of the supernatural. The energy in the room crackled, a palpable sense of otherworldly presence. That's when it happened. A loud crash startled us, and the room went dark. The cameras malfunctioned, and our senses were engulfed by a deafening silence. We were plunged into the heart of the paranormal, face to face with the unknown. Whispers filled the air, swirling around us like a spectral choir. We felt a presence, an entity that seemed to linger just beyond our vision. Fear gripped us, but curiosity pushed us forward. We wanted answers, to unravel the truth behind the hauntings. With each passing night, the spirits grew more restless. Their messages became clearer, revealing tales of lost souls trapped in this realm. They yearned for release, for closure to their untimely demise. Driven by compassion, we embarked on a quest to help these tormented souls find peace. We sought out mediums and paranormal experts, desperate for guidance. Together, we performed cleansing rituals, hoping to bring solace to the lingering spirits. But our journey was not without obstacles. The malevolent energy in the house fought back, manifesting in terrifying ways. We faced physical attacks, unexplained injuries that left us bruised and battered. Yet, we persisted, determined to bring an end to the haunted legacy of this house. As we delved deeper, we discovered the key to unlocking the house's mysteries. We stumbled upon an ancient artifact, a relic of the past that held the power to free the trapped spirits. It was a race against time as we fought against the darkness that threatened to consume us. The final night arrived, and we gathered one last time in the living room. Armed with the artifact, we chanted ancient incantations, invoking the forces of good. The room trembled, and a blinding light filled the space. It was a battle between light and dark, a clash of opposing energies. And then, silence. The air cleared, and we stood in awe as the restless spirits dissipated, finally finding peace. The house was calm, its haunting legacy finally put to rest. We had succeeded in our mission, but the toll on our souls was undeniable.
My name is Emily, and I have a story to share that will test the limits of your beliefs. It all started innocently enough, a move to a new house in a quiet suburban neighborhood. Little did I know, this unassuming home held secrets that would unravel my perception of reality. At first, I dismissed the strange occurrences as mere coincidence. Objects shifting on their own, whispers that lingered in the air, and eerie sensations that made the hair on the back of my neck stand up. But as the incidents multiplied, I could no longer deny the presence of something otherworldly. It was during a particularly stormy night that the paranormal activity reached its peak. Shadows danced along the walls, and I could hear faint murmurs echoing through the empty hallways. Fear gripped my heart, but curiosity compelled me to investigate further. With a mixture of trepidation and intrigue, I began researching the history of the house. Tales of tragedy and unexplained events emerged, hinting at a deeper, more ominous presence. I delved into local archives, seeking answers that would shed light on the paranormal phenomena that plagued me. As I dug deeper into the house's past, I discovered stories of a family who had once lived there, a family that had suffered a tragic fate. Rumors of their restless spirits resonated with the inexplicable occurrences I had witnessed. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I sought the guidance of paranormal experts and psychics. They confirmed what I had suspected: the house was indeed haunted, and the spirits were desperately trying to communicate with the living. With their guidance, I embarked on a journey to understand and connect with the supernatural realm. I opened myself up to the messages and energies that enveloped the house, hoping to find answers and offer solace to the lingering spirits. But as my connection to the other side grew stronger, so did the intensity of the paranormal encounters. I experienced vivid dreams where I communed with the deceased and witnessed glimpses of their tragic past. It was as if I had become a conduit, bridging the gap between the living and the dead. The spirits became more interactive, manifesting in various forms. I witnessed apparitions, heard disembodied voices, and felt their presence in every corner of the house. It was both fascinating and terrifying, an exploration of the unknown that challenged everything I thought I knew. However, not all spirits were benevolent. Malevolent entities emerged, seeking to prey upon the living. I encountered dark energies that threatened my well-being, leaving me feeling drained and vulnerable. It was a constant battle to protect myself from their influence. Amidst the chaos, I found solace in the support of my loved ones. They stood by me, providing emotional strength and grounding me in reality. Their unwavering belief in my experiences gave me the courage to face the paranormal head-on. As time went on, I realized that my purpose extended beyond personal understanding. I began to assist others who were tormented by paranormal activity, offering guidance and solace. It became my mission to bring peace to both the living and the dead. I sought out ancient rituals and spiritual practices, hoping to find ways to release trapped spirits and restore balance to the house. Through cleansing ceremonies and energetic healing, I witnessed firsthand the transformative power of love and compassion. But the journey was not without its risks. The line between the physical and spiritual realms blurred, and I found myself facing dangers that threatened to consume me. It was a constant test of strength and resilience, both mentally and emotionally. One fateful night, as I conducted a seance to communicate with the spirits, I unwittingly unleashed a malevolent force. The room grew dark, and an overwhelming sense of dread filled the air. I realized that I had underestimated the darkness lurking within the house. With the help of my trusted allies, we fought to reclaim the space from the malevolent entity. We performed rituals of protection, wielding ancient symbols to ward off the negative energy. It was a battle that tested our resolve, but we refused to let darkness triumph. After an intense struggle, the malevolent force receded, retreating into the depths of the ethereal realm. The house, once a place of turmoil, became a sanctuary of peace and tranquility. The spirits found solace, their energy no longer trapped in a realm of unfinished business. As I reflect upon my journey, I realize that the paranormal is a realm of wonder and complexity. It challenges our beliefs, forces us to confront the unknown, and ultimately reminds us of the interconnectedness of all things. I have come to accept that the paranormal will forever be a part of my life. I continue to explore its mysteries, seeking to bridge the gap between worlds and help those who are trapped in the ethereal realm. The paranormal is not to be feared, but rather embraced, for it opens doors to realms of unimaginable beauty and wisdom.